Oh, benvenuti. Welcome, everybody. Hi there. Oh, I see some faces already, some empty rooms and some pictures. I saw one face, but then disappeared. And so everybody, hi there. If you can see me, my name is Pietro. I will just wait a moment until everybody's here. I see many cameras that are off. I see your name, Adam, but you don't really look like an Adam. Maybe that. Oh, Randy. Oh, hi, Randy. Hi there. So, guys, I think that you are all muted once you get in, but we are in Italy now for today, so feel free to jump in and say whatever you want, ask questions. I will also ask you something, and we will just wait a couple of moments until everybody will join, and then we'll be starting cooking. My name is Pietro, by the way. I see Harrison. Hi, Harrison. Can I ask you something? I know that you are like a big travel community from different parts of the world. So I'm in Italy right now. What about you, Harrison? Where are you? Where are you now?
I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
In Canada, okay, that's great, beautiful. And Randy, what about you? Where are you connecting from?
On the island of Martha's Vineyard, off of Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Oh, so you're on an island now?
Yep.
Oh wow, it's beautiful. All right, okay. And we have Lucille. I hope that I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Lucille.
Yes, I'm from France.
From France. Oh, beautiful, Lucille. Which part of France are you from?
The north. Next to
The north, okay. Like Paris, Normandy, norther.
The city of Champagne.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. All right, we can pair some of your champagne to to lasagna. I'm not sure it would work, but we can try. I think the only one that has the video on also is Irene in Italian. I think it's more Irene. Is that correct? Irene? Oh, you need to unmute yourself, Irene, if you want to answer.
Yes, I do. Hello.
Hi, is he Irene?
Yes, it's Irene.
Oh,
I'm connected from Santiago de Chile.
Really? Wow, that's incredible, guys. Okay, from Santiago to Chile. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, and Lindsay. Hi, Lindsay.
Hello. How are you?
Very good. What about you, Lindsay? Where are you connecting from?
I'm in Los Angeles.
California. Okay, that's great, guys.
Yeah.
We are missing maybe people from Asia, but I think that right now it would be a little too late for Asia, right? Because it's probably like night or early night maybe, but like not a good time for cooking, I guess. And all right, guys, we'll be making some great pasta today. And before we start, I'm just gonna tell you something about how this works and about myself. I hope that you were all able to find the ingredients for cooking together. And my name is Pietro. As I told you, what I do here in Italy, Milan, city of Milano, which is a city in the north part of Italy. I teach how to make pasta to people from all over the world. I've been doing this for several years now. And of course, because of the pandemic, I moved online. Well, honestly, I've never thought about teaching pasta online, guys. But it's still working. It's fun. You will see, and it gives me the opportunity to do some events with people connecting from Chile, from an island in the U.S., Canada, and France. It's really beautiful. I love it. What we're going to do today is lasagne, right? Like one of the masterpieces of our cuisine. Well, we're going to do this in a quite traditional way, I have to say. And we're going to do everything from scratch. So we're going to prepare the dough and we'll be making the sauce as well, both things. While the sauce is cooking, we'll add a few things little by little, and we're also going to prepare the dough, and then we'll do everything, you'll see. And if someone is a bit late, we'll try to welcome him. In Italy, we're always late, so this won't be a problem, all right? And I see that many of you are keeping their cameras off, which is okay if you're doing other things. But honestly, I would love to see your faces. So even if you're cooking, if you have like some weird connection, if the view is not the best one, don't worry. Like you can even point the camera on your hands if you want to. To be honest, like for certain things, it would be useful for me to see you because I can give you some tips about what we're doing. we have one more guest that has a very Italian name, Matteo Savio. We'll see if he's also Enzo Ricciardelli. Hi, Enzo. Are you Italian, Enzo? Or?
Originally, yes, but I've been living in Los Angeles since I was 11.
Oh, so how's your Italian?
Non c'è male.
That's great. So you live in Los Angeles as who was Lindsay? No, was Lindsay living in Los Angeles? I think so. Yeah.
Lindsay,
Yes,
yeah.
that's me.
All right, beautiful. And okay, so this is the thing. We're gonna start doing something for the sauce, okay? Because it will take a little while. And if you're all ready, what time is it? 7. Well, here, okay, it's like 6 minutes after the starting time. Yes, I received a message, a private message, and the answer is yes. They're going to record, maybe I'll say this out loud, they're going to record the session, which is basically what I do here, and they will put it probably on your website. So if you want to, okay, you're here, you're not gonna watch it again, but in the case you want to share it with someone, you can. And so yes, you have my permission for recording, no problem. And we'll be starting with the sauce, guys. And if you're ready, we can do the first thing for making our lasagna today, which is taking our pan. We're gonna get like a medium-sized pan, something like the one I have here, right? And we're gonna fill it with olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is supposed to be the best one. I would suggest you to add something like 8 tablespoons. So at least the full bottom of the pan needs to be covered with olive oil, all right? A good amount. So I'm gonna do it here. Okay. And before we start warming up our olive oil, we can cut our vegetables. The first thing we're cutting are these 3 vegetables: carrot, celery, and onions. These 3 vegetables in Italy are what we call sofrito. I don't know if where Enzo remembers, but sofrito is basically the base of many of our sauces, all right? And it is only with these 3 vegetables together: onions, carrots, and celery. I'm gonna just try to, guys, one thing, I wanna use the chat too much, okay? We have someone helping, but seriously, if you need to ask any questions, do this directly to me. Open your microphones and ask me whatever you want. I really want to hear your voices, so don't worry. So we are going to cut these vegetables into really tiny pieces, okay? As small as possible. And then we're gonna drop them all into the pot with olive oil, okay? This is the first step. If you want, I will also show you how to cut them, but it's very simple. Maybe the only thing, let me see if the other camera is working, just to see. No, the only thing I can tell you is about celery, because celery, as you might see here, sometimes, well, actually always, has these little sort of strings on the top. You can see that I'm peeling this part, right? So if I were you, I would peel the top part of the celery, because those are some kind of like strings that are not pleasant if you leave them in the sauce, right? You might, I mean, when you eat them, you might feel those strings. I don't know if this is a proper English name for these. So you wanna just peel them out, and then we can start cutting everything into as small as possible, all right, guys? So I'm gonna cut my celery into like really small pieces. Are you all going to cook? Because I see that someone is just watching. So I'd like to know who's cooking. Harrison and Irene, you're just watching? Okay. And Enzo, you too? No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, but what about...
It's, what is it, 10 o'clock in the morning here, so we're not ready to eat.
Okay. Well, to be honest, like my grandma, she would wake up at 5 in the morning and start cooking pasta. So it's never too early. But I understand that you wanna maybe just watch and not cook. Who are the ones cooking? I see that Randy is already busy and Lucille as well. Cooking. Oh, Andrea is writing. She's cooking. All right. Lindsay, you're also cooking. Well done, Lindsay.
Yes, I am.
Perfect. And Andrea Sarmiento, are you also like Italian or originally Italian? She was.
No, I'm from Mexico.
Oh, from Mexico. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Because honestly, when I saw your picture, that you don't really look, you look like a girl. But in Italy, Andrea is a name for men. Like all my friends named Andrea are all guys. So I thought that you might not be Italian because otherwise you wouldn't have that picture. And all right, we're gonna cut our carrots and our onions. Okay, we cut everything. I'm sorry for those who are just watching because normally I always suggest to take part of in this, and because it's normally much more fun, and you can always like and at the end you will end up with a beautiful recipe. So it's and something that you can eat. So it's but I'm sure that if you take notes like Irene, I saw you, Irene, you can actually repeat everything soon, and you will also have like some beautiful lasagne in the close future. So for this part, you just simply cut these vegetables into small pieces. All right. So I've done with carrots and celery. I'm gonna start dropping these two into my pot and cooking them with the olive oil. Here you go. Carrots and celery, and then I will start chopping my onions. Remember that we want them to be quite chopped into small pieces, okay? Don't cut them in pieces that are too big. Let me show you here with the onion. Well, no, okay, these are like some leftovers onions, but normally you want to cut them like this, and then you just go all the way so you can cut small pieces quickly and easily. I want to thank the person who contacted me and asked me to do this event with you guys, which is Ellen, and she is secretly here and helping me, letting in all the ones that are joining a little late. I see like a new face that is joining, looks from the beach, something like that. I don't see your name yet, but I think it's coming soon. We'll see. Oh. Christina. Oh, thank you.
How hot should we make the stove?
Excuse me?
How hot should we make the stove? Temperature.
So the temperature, normally when you cook vegetables for this, you don't want to fry them. So it would be like a medium-low temperature, okay? We just cook them until the vegetables would start turning into like normally the onions would start turning into a golden color. Okay, I didn't tell you the amount. Sorry, my fault. The amount of vegetables. I wrote you the recipe, so you might know. But normally, for the amount of lasagna we're cooking, you can use like one small onion, one or half carrot would be enough, and same thing for the like a bunch of celery. You say, right? So something like that would be okay. And yes, you would cook everything in like a medium low temperature. Now I was reading the message. Christina sent a long message. Hello, in bed with fever and sore throat. Oh, so watching. Oh, okay, okay, Christina. Hope that you will feel better soon from Switzerland. Well done, Christina. But Christina, and everybody, remember, try not to use the chat too much, because sometimes I might lose your messages. So if you want to say something, please use your voice like Randy did. In Italy, normally we're very loud and noisy. So I'm used to cook with people, with like my family, my like kids running around, grandmas. So it's like this is how it works. What we're doing today, it's a sort of like traditional Sunday family meal. So I was telling Harrison before that you would wake up. My grandma would wake up like early in the morning on a Sunday normally, and start cooking pasta for the whole family. And then you would have everybody joining the house and helping with the cooking. So that is a very traditional moment for us in Italy. I'm gonna also add my onions here. And then we're gonna cook them for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes until you see them turning into like a beautiful golden color. Okay. So in the while, the cooking, the onions are cooking. we can start measuring what we are going to use later for our dough, okay? Normally for lasagne, for the amount of lasagna we're making today, it would be enough using 1 cup of flour and 2 eggs. Probably you will end up with some even extra dough, for extra like a sheet of dough at the end. But it's better to have something more than ending up with not enough. So we'll use like 1 cup of flour and 2 eggs. I know that we have people connecting from different parts of the world. So for the ones from the US and Canada, I think that cups is what works. So 1 cup and 2 eggs. For the other part of the world is about 180 grams. 180 grams. Oh, Nick. Hi, Nick. I see that you changed your location. Where are you, Nick? Are you outside?
Yes, I'm doing some demolition inside.
Demolition?
Yeah, fixing up a room.
Okay.
I'm enjoying the performance. I'm a Boston ambassador.
Oh, that's beautiful. And Nick, are you also a good cook?
A beginner.
Okay.
If you can teach me some tricks, I can get more dates.
So look, Nick, it's what we're doing today. It's something that everybody can do. Professional, beginners. Like it's normally, I would say that what we cook in Italy, like the most famous recipes, are what comes all from what we call cucina povera. For those that speak a bit of Italian and more than a bit like Enzo, might remember that cucina povera means like something like poor kitchen, which is the times where we were all poor, and we had to use the few simple ingredients we had for cooking. And which means that even the tools, we don't use and make anything too complicated. Everything is very simple. We just try to do this like in the best way possible, because those recipes have been cooked for so many centuries that they kind of like reach perfection, and every part of Italy has its own traditions. So what I do is I try to teach those traditions, but trust me that even for beginners are perfectly fine. So maybe not this.
What part of Italy are you in?
So I'm from Milano, in the north part of Italy. Have you ever been here, guys, in Milano or Italy?
I've been to Rome and the Amalfi Coast.
Okay.
And I can't wait to get back.
Yeah. So it's Milano. I would say that it's the most European city that we have in our country. Okay. It's the one famous for fashion and business. If I can just give you some referrals. Is that a word that works in English? I don't know. Anyway, and we have another guest joining now. We'll see. Okay, so I would say that in the while the vegetables are cooking, okay, I'm sure that some of you might have their vegetables already cooked because you might have started a little before me, right? Mine are almost cooked, almost, right? Be ready because after the vegetables are completely, are properly cooked, we are going to add our meat, okay? And it's if you see that yours are ready, just tell me and you can go with that. Don't worry. I see that someone is joining in now. I see an icon or maybe the connecting.
I have a quick question. What type of flour are you using? Is it plain flour?
So is that from Natabi?
Natabi.
Natabi. I'm Natabi. So Natabi, can I ask you where are you connecting from, Natabi?
Basel, Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland. Okay, beautiful. Okay, normally in Italy we have flours that we divide for how much they've been refined. So what we use for lasagna is let's say white flour that is very powder, very refined, okay, and very soft. I don't know how to describe it, but any kind of like all-purpose white flour would work. All right. The two big families of flour are the all-purpose white flour and semolina flour, which is a sort of like durum wheat. Okay, that you wouldn't use for lasagna because semolina flour is something that goes normally with water and not with eggs, and we use it for making like spaghetti, fusilli, farfalle, another kind of flour, another kind of pasta. This is something that we use for tagliatelle, tortellini, and lasagna, like white flour combined with eggs. All right.
Great, thank you.
I hope that I answer your question, Natabi. Natabi.
Yes.
Okay. And all right. So are you also cooking, Natalie, or just watching?
I'm just watching. I just got back from work, so I'll watch again so I can cook.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to welcome also Swad. Hi, Swad. Hi there. You are a little late, Swad, right? You just arrived, or okay? And oh, you need to turn on your microphone, Swad, because I can hear you. We are cooking the. Hi, Swad. We are cooking the sauce. Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I see you also have a little sous chef with you.
Yes, he's gonna help me.
That's beautiful. And if you want to catch up with us, Swadi,
Yes.
try quickly to cut the vegetables, onion, celery, and carrots, and put them in a pot with olive oil and cook them for a little while.
Okay, I will make them small. Yes.
Yeah, small pieces, and cook them in a pot. All right.
Okay.
And
The celery, the carrot, and the onion.
celery, carrot, and onion. Like one small onion, one piece of celery, and carrot, and one small carrot. And I want to show you that my vegetables here that are basically of the color that we were looking for, which is a golden yellow color, right?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm gonna add here my my meat.
Okay. Okay.
So the eat.
But this is for 2 people. If I want to do for 5 people.
Well, this is even more than 2 people, eh? Like
Okay.
I would say that it's more than 2 people. If you're making, so I send you the recipe, right? That
Yeah.
I don't know if
So I'll double it.
and the recipe was for 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just the
so-
ingredients for 2.
2 people, okay, maybe 2, a little more than 2. If you want to make more, you can just double the ingredients and you will have more of everything. The only thing that I wouldn't double, but maybe you can just add 1/2 for the dough. But we'll get to that soon. So don't worry.
Okay. Great.
I would-
Okay. We're cutting now the vegetables, and we're gonna
Cut the vegetables and cook them in olive oil, Suad. In the while, do that, and in the while, I'm going to give the others instructions to keep on cooking because we are a little ahead. Okay.
Okay.
I will turn off your audio so you can talk with your son, and we won't discuss. All right, and okay, we'll put it back. In this case, Randy was asking about temperature. Okay, in this case, when the meat is in, we can actually higher the heat. All right, we can cook a little higher heat. Let me tell you one thing about the meat before we move to the dough. We want to cook this meat properly, and we want also to kind of like caramelize this meat. There is something that is happening that I think it's French. Maybe Lucille can confirm this, because it's a reaction that is called the Maillard reaction. Is that a French word, like a French person that invented this reaction? Lucille, is that correct?
Can you repeat, caramel?
Maillard reaction.
No, I don't.
I think it's French, but basically is what happens when you cook your meat and the meat starting to kind of like caramelize. It's before burning. You will see the meat that turns color. It might stick a little to the pot. You just go and scratch it out, and you keep on cooking until it's all well caramelized. All right. So we let it go for a few minutes. Of course, we need to stir once in a while. But in the while the meat is cooking, we can move to one of my favorite parts, which is preparing the dough. So here it comes my flour, all right, the all-purpose white flour. We're gonna take this flour, guys, 1 cup or 180 grams. And oh, hi Jorge Gallardo, just join us. Hi Jorge, nice to see you. We're gonna take our flour and we're gonna drop our flour on the table, on the counter, whatever you have, all right? I'm gonna drop it here. I have a little more flour so you can see. I'm gonna use 3 eggs so you can see better what I'm doing. But if you're following the amount of ingredients for the recipe, 2 eggs and 180 grams, sorry, or 1 full cup will be okay. And before we start working with the flour here, we are going to use for this a very traditional Italian gesture. Okay, we have Enzo here that grew up in Italy, and he might remember something that we often do. We kind of like use this gesture with the whole fingers together, like this, for many things. One is when we, oh yes, exactly, Randy, perfect. Yes, you go up and down like this. It's like, who said Makefai? Enzo, was that you? Yeah, exactly. Because this is it's a sort of like general question. If someone is coming to you and is making like this move, it means that like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? What do you want? It's a general question. But we use the same gesture with the whole fingers together for many other ways. For instance, one is for food, we kind of like kiss our fingers like this, and we open our hand. Beautiful, Randy. Enzo, do you remember what this means?
Delizioso, buono.
Delizioso, buonissimo, exactly. So you didn't forget the important stuff, Enzo. Well done. So yeah, this is like a delicious, like wow, wonderful, especially with food. Or another one that it's gonna be just a secret, guys. If you have maybe your partner that is annoying, or maybe your boss, you can go with the same gesture upside down and you hit your chest right here in the middle. This in Italy means I can't stand you anymore. Just I can't stand you anymore. Okay? So don't just keep it among us, guys. But this is what it means. And today we're actually using this gesture, but we're going all the way down in the middle of our flour, and we're gonna open a nice and big dwell. Look what I'm doing here, guys. I'm going in circles, all right? And each circle is a little bigger than the one before, because at the end, I want to have a big dwell, big enough that my palm would fit in here. Okay, make this, and I'm going to also check my meat that is still cooking. The reason why we have our dwell so big is that in this dwell here, we are going to open our 2 eggs, all right? 3 in my case, 2 in yours. If you're not sure, you can show me your dwell, and I'm just gonna check if it's fine. Randy, Lucilla, if you're cooking, just make sure that it's big enough, because otherwise, if you drop your eggs in here and it's not big enough, I think yes, Randy, I think it's fine. Beautiful. Well done. So make sure it's big enough. I'm gonna get back here and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing now. I'm gonna take my eggs, and one at a time, I'm gonna open these eggs, dropping the eggs right here in the middle. Okay? If you want, you can all do the same. One after the other. All the eggs will go in the middle. Suad.
Sorry, I wanted to ask, shall I put 2 cups of flour or 1 cup is enough?
So if you're making more, you're doubling the recipe, Suad?
Yes.
So I would listen, I would use 1 cup and a half. 1 cup and a half and 3 eggs. Okay? Like I did. 1 cup and a half and 3 eggs will be okay.
Great. Okay. Perfect. Come, thank you.
Where are you connecting? Where are you connecting from, Swad? Swad, where are you connecting from?
London.
Oh, London. Okay, beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we have our eggs here. Look what we're gonna do. We're gonna use our fork, okay, and with our eggs, we're gonna break them and we're gonna whisk them all together. Okay, be careful. Just do this slowly and keep on whisking until the egg white and the egg yolk will be well amalgamated together. Okay, we keep on doing this until the 2 parts are well amalgamated. At this point, as you can see, you cannot recognize the egg white from the egg yolk. They're pretty like the same thing. So we're gonna move to the next step, which is going to be super careful, because look what I'm gonna do. Little by little, I'm gonna take the inner part of my dwell and I'm gonna add all the flour inside and mixing this flour with my eggs. And then again, I'm gonna take more flour from the inner part of my dwell and I'm gonna mix it together. I need to be super careful, guys, because I do not want to break the dwell. That's the thing. I wanna keep on mixing little by little, adding more flour at a time from the sides, always from the inner side, right? So my dwell is still all together. It's just getting like thinner, okay? I'm gonna also take a break and check the meat. Okay, my meat is about to start caramelizing. So let me know if yours is at that point or you're still waiting. And we'll see what to do. Okay, let's keep on going here with our dough. Basically, what you want to do is this. You want to keep on adding flour to the eggs until at a certain point, our eggs won't be too liquid anymore, but they will start getting a little solid, right? Like my eggs now are not too liquid anymore, as you can see. So even if I break the dwell, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to break the dwell here from up front. And these eggs won't go anywhere because they're not too liquid anymore now. So with a fork, I keep on adding flour. See, like little by little, I will do this gently. I'm gonna add one thing here important, guys. I gave you like proportions, right? 1 cup, 2 eggs, 180 grams, 2 eggs. But these proportions are not always right because we have to consider like 2 factors. First of all, the flour you're using. Certain flours would absorb more, other flours would absorb less, right? So this makes a difference. And also the eggs. If you're using like big size eggs or small size eggs, also that makes a difference. So you'll be in charge of deciding how much flour you want to incorporate. So basically what I would suggest you to do is keep on adding flour, but do not add all the flour at once, all right? So just keep some flour aside, because if your dough is getting already like quite dry, like you would start staying together and getting like a little dry, you don't need to add all the flour. Quite the contrary, if the dough is still wet after you have added all the flour, you might even need to add a little more, okay? But you need to be the one in charge. I can help you. If you're not sure, you can show me a little. But at the end are always your hands deciding. Hey, Lucille, did you ask any of your friends about the Maillard reaction? Huh? No? Never mind. The reaction that I was talking about, the Maillard. Maybe I'm pronouncing that word really, really bad, so it doesn't really sound French, but I think it's French. Okay, guys, look at what I'm going to show you here. So my dough now is starting to get together, right? It's still like quite wet and sticky. So what I'm doing now is this, very gently, I'm gonna clean the fork. I'm gonna remove everything from the fork, okay? And I'm going to start with only with my fingers gently to kind of massage my little piece of dough, adding a little bit more flour at a time, okay? If I feel my dough super wet and sticky, you can get back to the fork and adding more flour using the fork. If your dough is not too sticky, but just a little, you can add a little bit of flour at a time and start kneading it, okay? I'm gonna show you also and teach you how to knead the dough properly, of course. Maybe I'm a little ahead, don't worry, I see that Randy is still using the fork, that's okay, yeah? I'm showing you the future, Randy, so you would know what to expect, but...
I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly, but... So this is how we are going to knead our dough, guys. We are going to use our palms, okay? And we're going to do this simple movement. We're going to push in and roll. We push and roll. We do this once or twice. Once the dough gets longer, as it happened to mine, we switch it 90 degrees and we fold it back. We push and roll once or twice and we fold it back. Once or twice. When it gets longer, we switch 90 degrees and we fold it back. And we keep on doing this for a few minutes. I'm gonna check my sauce in the while, my meat. How's your meat, Randy, Lucille, and the other friends cooking? Andrea, Lindsay, how's your meat? Do you see that it's starting to get kind of like brown and caramelizing? Hey. Doc, you can answer, eh? Oh, Lindsay.
Yes,
Oh,
sorry. It's
no, that's good. Lindsay was even showing me about her meat. It seems to be to getting okay. I'm not sure about the colors, Lindsay, from what I can see here, but
What do you think? The color look okay?
Let me see. I'm gonna get you bigger. So I think you can go a little longer. Eh? It seems to be still
Okay.
a little pale, so you can go with something that is will turn out to be a little more brown, like more caramelized, as we said.
Okay,
And-
perfect. I'll keep it going.
Yeah.
Can you
And-
show the movement one more time, what we're doing with this dough?
Oh yeah, of course. I just took a moment to check the dough, to check the sauce. So this is what we're doing. I'm gonna actually add one thing, Randy. So basically we use our palms, we push in and roll. We push and roll, okay? Let me bring back the table here. I've been pushing too much. So it went a little ahead. And, okay, we push and roll. And one more thing that I wanna add is this. Okay, we push and roll, and as we said, when it gets longer, so if you get something that is quite long like this, you switch and you kind of go the other way. Again, you switch, you fold it back, you go the other way. But what I wanted to add, you guys, is this. You shouldn't work with your muscles. I don't want to see you like pushing with your muscles and sweating. All right, this is supposed to be like a something like therapeutical, something relaxing, guys. So what I want to say is do like Italian grandmas. Look what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna lean over a little, all right, with your body, and you kind of like do the same thing, going back and forth, and using your body weight, not your muscles. You see what I'm doing? I'm literally bringing all my body weight to the dough. I mean, not all of it, but like you can do this gently, but. Do this with your body weight, with your muscles, instead of your muscles. If you do this, you will be allowed to work like a piece of dough that is even like 5 times bigger than what we're doing here, almost effortless. And technically, what we're doing here is we are activating the gluten in here, okay, which is. Super important because it's what keeps everything elastic, and it would allow us to make a sheet of dough super thin. Okay, my meat is literally like starting to turn quite brown. I'm gonna try to show you so you would see. Here. Here you go. I don't know if you can see, I think it's the lighting is not too well here, but it's getting like quite brown now, okay? So at this point, I'm not gonna cook it for any longer, but I will add like 2 fingers, like a little, like half the table glass of wine. Red or white is the same, and whatever you have open is fine. Lucille, she has champagne. That's okay. You can add some champagne, no problem, Lucille. And you can add it here. What we do is when we add the wine, we are going to wait 1 minute, should be enough, until all the wine will evaporate, okay? When you see all the...
Preferred to do white or red wine?
It's quite the same, Lindsay. So whatever you have open, use that bottle. But if you have to open one bottle and you might drink that bottle later for dinner with this lasagna, I would go with the red one.
Red wine. Okay, great.
Yeah. But otherwise, whatever you have open is fine. And so you wait until the wine has been completely vanished, okay? Which will take maybe 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes, if you really add a lot of wine, and depending on also how much your heating system is going to. You're not heating system, your heating system, yeah. Christina, how are you feeling? The fever is getting a little better? Some appetite is coming back to you? Looking at cooking? Maybe she's not. Was Christina the one in bed sick? I think so. We'll see. Okay, guys. While we're kneading, the wine has completely gone. So at this point, we can add one more ingredient, which is our tomatoes, okay? And if you have like a good tomato puree, that would be perfect. Otherwise, whatever kind of tomatoes you have, you can use it. You can use about 600 to 800 grams. I'm not sure in cups. Maybe someone can ask one of your computers to transform. Or maybe it's. Oh no, wait. I think it's less. Give me a moment. Let me check. So kind of passata. Yeah. So it should be it should be 700 grams, something like that. If someone can transform those in ounces for the ones our friends.
So 3 cups.
Oh, 3 cups, perfect. Okay, 3 cups, and we're gonna pour our tomato puree in here.
Is it okay to mix? I don't have enough tomato paste, but I have crushed tomatoes. Should I do a little bit of both so I can get the
Tomato
aroma?
paste. One tomato paste is that concentrated or?
Yes, but I have crushed tomatoes if that's better.
Okay, yeah, use fresh tomatoes because the thing is this. In this case, we want to have something like a lot of tomatoes. Tomato paste is very little and concentrated, which brings a lot of flavor, but we don't have much. But we want a little more to actually fill our lasagna layers. So if you have any other kind of tomatoes, use that one, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, and another typical Italian gesture that you would see. Let's see yours, Randy.
Should I put the whole can in? It's 28 ounces.
How many ounces?
28 ounces.
28. I think it's but to me it's fine. Looking from here, it's fine. Yeah, use all the thing. Yeah. And no, I was going to show you another typical Italian gesture, guys, which would be taking your can, your bottle, and pouring some water inside.
Yeah.
Every Italian grandma would do this, like probably because they went through the war, so like saving even the last drop of tomato would be super important at the time. Okay. So at this point, we have added our tomato, okay? Now, or in the close future, you can lower the temperature again a little. We can take a lid and put it on the top of our sauce. And we'll just let it go for a little while, maybe half an hour, until our lasagna will be ready, okay? I'm gonna get back to my dough here, which is almost ready. There is a way to know when the dough is ready, guys. Oh, hi guys, Joanna is joining. Hi guys, hi Joanna. Joanna, I don't know if you're late and you still want to cook. I'm gonna ask, I don't have the, okay, so no cooking. And if you don't mind, Joanna, if you have any questions or anything, please use your microphone, because sometimes I miss messages on the chat. And, oh, for instance, there is someone writing to Christina, we're sorry, okay. Oh. Just writing Christina, we're sorry.
So is it okay if it's still sticking a little bit to the cutting board?
Is that, oh, Randy, is that from you? So if it's a little sticky, you can keep on adding a little bit of flour, Randy, no problem. Keep on adding flour until it won't be too sticky, okay? If it's just a tiny bit sticky, it's fine. But if it sticks, even pushing a little to your chopping board, in that case, I would keep on adding a little bit of flour. I see that you also have a sous chef, Randy, with you, huh?
This is my husband, Adam.
Oh, hi, Adam. Nice to meet you.
Come stai?
Oh, bene, Adam. Oh, so you also speak Italian, Adam?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. You're not the only one here, apparently. Who else speaks a bit of Italian, guys? That's it. Oh, a little bit, Irene. Okay.
Un poco.
Un poco. How come, Lindsay?
I studied abroad in Florence when I was in college.
Oh, wow. Okay, beautiful.
Amazing.
When was it recently?
Oh man, 5 years ago.
Okay, not that.
No, 6, maybe more.
Okay.
Too long. Too long.
All right. So, do you remember that in Florence, you also have a super famous kind of pasta? Well, you have two, but maybe the most popular is pappardelle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you Remember those? So pappardelle, you can make them exactly the same way we're making the dough today. The technique is the same. It's just the way we cut them at the end that is different. But the technique, once you learn how to use a rolling pin, you can also easily, next time, make some pappardelle, tagliatelle, fettuccine.
My favorites.
Oh, perfect. All right, guys, I'm sure that your dough is ready. And I was going to mention that there's one way to make sure that your dough is ready. So if you bring it together into a little ball, like this one here, and with one finger, you push it down. If you see that the dough is bouncing back, I'm going to show you closer. Look, I push down here, and I see that the dough is kind of bouncing back. If this happens, it means that your dough is perfectly done and ready. So if you want, you can run the test. Adam, how does it feel? Good? Perfect.
Feels good.
Well done, Adam. Okay, so I see that Adam, Swad's son is also like kind of like kneading, huh? or more like playing drums. I'm gonna show him for a moment. Oh no, I think here. What's your son's name, Swad?
Taj.
Taj. Nice to meet you, Taj.
Yeah. Good. Nice to meet you.
So are you the chef in the house?
Yeah.
Perfect. I knew that.
He mixed it all on his own. Look.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Bring
I did
the sauce. Yeah, and bring some of your, use your body weight, Taj. I know that you don't have much body weight yet, but yeah, exactly. Okay, so with the dough now, guys, we can let it rest for a moment here. Okay, you can, of course, you don't want to leave it in the open air, because if you leave the dough in the open air, it will dry out very fast. If you have the time, you can even let it rest for like 10-15 minutes. It will be a little easier to work it later. Today, we're just going to let it rest for a moment, maybe like a few minutes.
Quick question. The sauce, so now that that's sitting for a half hour, should I cover it and should it be on low?
Yes, sorry, I told you before, but maybe too quickly. So we take the lid, all right, and we put the lid on the top of our pot here. Normally, you want to cover with the lid, but I always leave my spoon inside, which means, I don't know if you can see.
Yes, I can see.
Perfect. So basically, the pot is a little bit open. In Italy, we say that the sauce can breathe while cooking, which means that some of the steam, some of the water, like in form of steam out of the tomatoes, would go outside, but most of it would hit the lid and go back as water inside the sauce and allow it to cook it for a long time. I don't know if that would make sense, but
by the way, Lindsay is our daughter.
Yes.
I just want to say, because you know, they start out like this big and then they get very big.
But this is beautiful, actually, because I was mentioning before that this is actually supposed to be done in families. So this would be a perfect thing that you would do with your family, even if nowadays we cannot do this in person. Sometimes you live far away, or the pandemic, whatever. But you can still do this online. I really love the fact that you're here. Does anybody's joining with some family members? I mean, apart from Suad and. I think this is the only case, but it's still beautiful. Well done, guys. And okay, one thing. Before we start preparing our sheet of dough, we need to clean the table a little, okay? So we can, I'm going to take something here. I'm going to clean the table. If you have been using like a chopping board, now that we are moving to the rolling pin, I would suggest you to use the whole counter, okay? Because it would be much more comfortable for you and easy to make the dough if you use the whole counter. And I'm going to ask you to show me your rolling pin, those that are cooking, just to see if it's something that is easy to use or if I need to help you a little with some more tips. Okay, Randy. Lucille, do you have a rolling pin? Andrea? Oh, that's okay. Is it? Can I see it again? Right,
Yes,
Lucille?
yes. I have one.
Okay. Is that Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, perfect, Lucille. Okay, so you can also wash your hands if you want to. I'm gonna do this now because your hands won't be as wet as dirty, let's say, as they are now. Okay. Once in a while, we want to check the sauce and stir it, of course, just to make sure that it won't stick too much. My wife always complains because I always make the sauce sticking and burning a little bit underneath, which I love, to be honest. But she's saying, "No, don't do that." So I'm gonna need to be careful tonight. Anyway, what was it? Oh, I wanna ask you one thing before we move to our dough, guys, because one of the most beautiful things that that we have once we do this online is the chance to see different places. I know, for instance, that we have some guests joining from Chile, from France, from California, from islands in the US, so like from everywhere. I'm going to ask you if it's possible, or of course, taking your camera, your computer, your phone, and going out of the windows and showing a little bit of wherever you live, even if it's something simple. Oh, look at Enzo. Enzo is already going. Thank you, Enzo. I'm going to show this one to everybody, Enzo. Oh, look at the view, Enzo. Wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, remember, where do you say you live, Enzo?
Sorry, I had to unmute. Pacific Palisades?
Okay, it's kind of like unknown for me.
Pacific Palisades is between Santa Monica and Malibu.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Thank you, Enzo. Thank you for sharing. It's really like
that over there. I don't know if you can see. That's a polo field where they play polos on Sunday.
Oh yes, I see something, and not too clear, but I see something. Thank you. I'm gonna go to Randy. That she's also showing us her beautiful terrace. Wow, that's beautiful, Randy.
Yeah. So we're like in a tree house over here.
That's incredible, and of course that is a barbecue, right?
Lots of barbecuing here and lobster rolls. Lots of lobster.
Oh, that's great. I'm gonna also I'm gonna move to your daughter because I see that she's also.
I just got my dog groomed and he just laid down in the dirt just right
now.
Oh,
hi there. And let's see if someone else is. I'm so bad with technology, guys. Sorry. I'm trying to see everybody. No, I think we're done. Maybe I missed someone, but thank you for sharing. It's really, for me, it's beautiful to have the chance to see everybody. So, okay, I should be back. Do you see me again now? Yes, I think so. Yeah. All right. So, okay, let's get to the dough, guys. We are going to use a rolling pin, of course. And I want to suggest you one thing. If this is the first time for you all using a rolling pin for preparing the dough. Oh, look at, this is a chili, right? Irene, am I correctly? Are you showing us Santiago?
Yes, correct. Can you see this?
Yes, beautiful. We can also see Chile today, guys. What is that mountain over there?
It's San Cristobal.
Okay. So we also have seen we even see chili today. I think that it's the first time that I'm seeing a piece of chili from an online event. Thank you, Irene. Okay, so I was going to say this. So if this is the first time that you're using a rolling pin, I'm going to suggest you to take your dough and only use half of it. Okay, cut it in two halves and use one half at a time. It's going to be much easier. All right. So I'm gonna actually do what I'm using 3 eggs, so I'm gonna just save a little bit for something else later, maybe. And okay, what you want to do now is this: you take your piece of dough. All right. If you feel that it's a bit sticky, don't work it, Randy. Don't push it too much now, because I'm going to explain why. If you push it too much, you are going to reactivating the gluten, which will make everything harder. Okay, so you're gonna let it rest. You too, Suad, don't push it too hard. Just leave it the way it is, right? And if you feel it's a bit sticky, you can take a little bit of flour. I'm gonna show you, right? And you can drop some flour on the top and at the bottom of your piece of dough and spread it a little. And even on the table, you can take some flour and drop the flour on the table. I don't know if you can see the gesture that I'm doing. I'm not like just dropping the flour from the top, but I'm trying to throw the flour. And this is a good way because it would equally spread everywhere on the table. So you don't have a part of the table with a lot of flour and another one with less, but it's gonna be like equally everywhere. And then we take our piece of dough and we're gonna set it here in the middle. We're gonna push it down a little gently. We're gonna check the sauce, of course. I'm gonna also need to get something because the lid is starting to get hot. Okay, and with our dough now that is here, we can start preparing our sheet of dough. So we'll take our rolling pin. At the beginning, I just want you to look for some confidence, okay? So you go up and down slowly, okay? And you switch every time 90 degrees. You go up and down, and you switch 90 degrees. Up and down, without pushing too much, guys, and you switch 90 degrees, okay? If you feel that the dough is a bit too sticky, please add more flour and spread that flour both sides, okay? We do this a few times, going up and down and making our dough a little thinner. But after a while, we need to move using another technique, guys, which is one of the easiest way to make our sheet of dough. And this would be the one. From now on, look what I'm going to do here, guys. I'm going to take my rolling pin and I'm going to start using it, not from the beginning, from here, but from the middle. And I'm going to go from the middle ahead, pushing. I go back in the middle without pushing, and again, I go ahead, pushing. And then I switch 90 degrees, and I do the same. From the middle ahead, pushing. When I go back, I don't bring any pressure. I only push when I go ahead. And one more thing, guys, do not reach don't go over the edge. You reach the edge, even you can stop one finger before here. I'm gonna show you even here, look. So I go once and twice ahead, but I don't reach the edge exactly. I stop a little bit before, because if you go over here, this part might stick to the table. So always stop a little before, switch 90 degrees and go again. From the middle ahead, once or twice, you switch, once or twice, you switch. Okay, I'm gonna, of course, explain you why we're doing this way. So the thing is this, we're making our dough thinner, okay? And it doesn't make any sense if you wanna start from one side, like here, and going and bringing the thickness from one side all the way to the other. It makes much more sense bringing the thickness from the middle to the edge, right? And then for the same reason, we're not pushing when we go back, but we're only pushing when we go ahead, because this is a good way of not wasting time, because otherwise we would bring the thickness from the outside back to the middle. But if we only push when we go outside, this won't happen. Am I making myself clear, guys? Or yeah? Okay, I see Adam giving me a thumbs up. Thank you, Adam. Okay, so we are going to do this for a little while. And the reason is that we need to make our sheet of dough quite thin. Have you ever, so who has been to Italy? I heard that some of you have been here, also Randy. Have you ever been to the city of Bologna, which is in the north center part of Italy?
Not yet, but I would love to go.
Not yet. Someone has? It's not like super popular as like a place to go, to be honestly. But it is, oh, we have one more guest joining.
Lindsay's been there, I believe.
No, not yet. Not to Bologna.
Oh.
No, the reason why I'm mentioning Bologna is that Bologna is super famous for their egg pasta, okay? They're famous for lasagna, they're famous for many things. And if you're, for instance, asking me how thin our dough should be, I'd like to answer you the same way people from Bologna would answer. And they would tell you this. If you take your dough, your sheet of dough, like I'm gonna do now, and you go next to your windows, all right, like here, and you look outside your windows through the door, you should be able to see the Church of San Luca standing on the hills of Bologna, okay? So this means that your dough needs to be super thin. Your sheet of dough needs to be super thin. Of course, I'm not pretending you to see any church, definitely not the one in the San Luca, but I warn you, or if you see a church, okay, let me know, but it's going to be a little weird. But I want you to make your sheet of dough really, really thin, okay? So work as much as you can, bring pressure with your rolling pin, but remember, always move your sheet of dough every time. 1/4, like 90 degrees, because if you keep on pushing hard and you don't do that, you might end up with your sheet of dough sticking to the table and you don't even realize it. But if you just keep on, how do you say, like moving the sheet of dough, this shouldn't happen because you would realize that it's a little sticky, so you can add a little more flour. All right? In the while, I'm also going to check my sauce. Oops, I forgot to use this and I burned a couple of my fingers. Oh, that's beautiful. And so now that I'm going to tell you this thing, guys. Now that you're working with your sheet of dough, you might have seen that your dough is quite elastic. So when you're pushing with your rolling pin, it kind of comes back. Is it happening to you? I see Adam saying that. So this might happen because we haven't let them rest for too long. So this is why it's a little harder to work it, okay? Probably the second half that you're going to work in 5-10 minutes, it will be much easier, okay? This is, there's not a huge difference, but if you do those two one after the other, you might realize it. So this part, for those who are not doing it, might be a little boring because we are going to do this for another couple of minutes. Oh, guys, one thing that is super important for those who are cooking, me too, actually, we need to start boiling some water, okay? So put some water into a pot and start boiling it because we are going to use that water soon. Let's see if I get it here. So all of you guys that are cooking, take a pot of water and add that water. Oh, add that water on the fire.
My dough is becoming, it's getting like breaking. Look.
It's breaking?
Yeah, like this, like. Is it
okay.
too thin?
It's not a good thing, but I see only two. I see only two holes, right, Suad?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you one thing. So you said your son has been kneading?
Yes.
Okay, so the thing is that you need. I'm sure that your son did a great job as well, but probably you need some strength when you do that. Some because like as if you work the dough properly, you will be able to make the dough thin. And it will happen that you will break because you were saying before you are activating the gluten, and that gluten will make it possible to work the dough super thin, and we will see the church without breaking. Of course, if you skip that part, if you don't work the dough that much, at the end it might be a little risky, and the dough might break. Okay, but don't worry, Swad, don't worry. You can fix those holes. You can bring like two sides together and kind of pinch them together, and so you can fix it, and you can, after the pinching, you would add a little bit of flour so it won't stick to the table, and you'll be fine. Okay,
thank you.
Welcome. Remember to keep on adding a little bit of flour if you feel that your dough is a little sticky. I'm adding a little bit on mine here.
Yeah.
For those who are not cooking, guys, I'm going to tell you something, and are interested in pasta. In the way we're doing this, take the time for this. Is I also have like a Facebook and Instagram account. This is the one. It's the PastaPietro. So if you're interested in, I don't know if you're sharing pictures or if you're interested in learning more, you can check this one, the PastaPietro. Don't forget the, because PastaPietro was already taken. So I had to go with the PastaPietro. But I'm sure you can find this easily, and you can look, to be honest, like you can write me and ask me whatever you want, because this is also like my passion. So I really like to if you have any more questions in the future about any other like recipe, or if you ever come to Milan, of course, please let me know. We might meet and cook in person. Who knows?
That would be amazing.
That's
Soon as we can travel.
Oh yeah, especially because we means that we will be able to travel again.
Pietro, we're coming for dinner.
Okay. Dinner is now here, eh? You don't have much time. Okay. How's your piece of dough coming, guys? Is it okay? If it's done, you can move to the second one, eh? Oh, even mine has a little hole here. I was looking at you and I haven't checked my dough. Okay. I also have a website that has the same. No, the website is PastaPietro, which is about like classes and events. Because this is one of the things that I'm doing online, but you will see other recipes, famous and maybe less famous. Let's see, someone is, okay, thank you. I think this is Ellen sharing my Instagram, thank you, Ellen. But it's okay, Ellen, it's fine. And someone is also joining now, Christina. Hi, Christina. I think we also have Chelsea, just recently joined. Hi, Christina.
Hi there.
I know that I was telling before that in Italy we're always late. To be honest, Christina, you're super late, so maybe you won't be able to cook, but you can see a little of what we're doing. Where are you connecting from, Christina?
From London.
Oh, from London. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. So we are basically almost done with the sauce, and we are preparing the sheet of dough that we're using for our lasagne. Okay.
Pietro,
yes.
Another one of our daughters, Chelsea, is joined.
Oh, really? Oh, hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea.
How many daughters do you have, Adam?
About 16.
Okay, that looks like an Italian family, eh?
3, that feels like 16.
Oh, 3. So we might have another daughter joining later, or?
Next time, for sure.
Next time, okay.
She's a good cook, too.
But I see that maybe Chelsea, she's not hearing us because she hasn't replied. So maybe she's busy doing something else. Okay, guys. If your sheets of dough are ready, this is the next thing that we're going to do, guys. We are going to check our tray that is going to go in the oven. Okay, this is mine, which is rounded, probably not the easiest shape. If you have something rectangular, that would make everything easier. Choose something that has like the sides at least like 4 fingers high. And what we need to do is this now. Of course, we want to finish our sheet of dough and make sure it gets like super thin. I'm gonna check mine, but I think I'm quite satisfied with it. If you hear, I'm apologizing with you guys because you have three daughters, Adam. I also became father recently. My sons are much younger than yours, not even 1 year, but they're two little boys, twins. And if you can hear them crying, I apologize because they're in the other room. and I can hear them crying. So maybe you too. I don't know.
The blessing. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. Sometimes it's a blessing. Sometimes it's a curse. Is that? No, but mostly it's a blessing. No, I have to say that they're great. Like even during this time that they spend a lot of time without being able to go outside, it's been great for them, I think. Okay, so let's move to the next step. I was asking you to check your tray, because now I want you to start cutting your sheet into stripes, and each stripes is supposed to be the width of each stripe is supposed to be more or less half of your tray. So if your tray, for instance, look at my tray, is about like 10 fingers, right? So each stripe will be about 5 fingers. Okay, check yours. Normally they're all about the same. Don't make those stripes bigger, because we're going to cook them for a little while, and already these stripes will get a little bigger after the cooking. So like the same size will be perfectly okay. Even a tiny bit smaller is still fine. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to stir the sauce one more time. My sauce looks beautiful, guys. I don't know yours, but you can.
Question.
Yes.
Should we combine the two pieces now, or cut them separately?
Combine? What do you mean combine? No, like you have like what? Oh, you have the 2 sheets of dough like this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, cut them separately. You don't want to combine them. No. And I need to do one thing, which is a completely different recipe from what we're doing. And I'm going to show you. I think it's super interesting if you're planning to have a baby, because I'm going to start boiling some water for my kids, and my wife will transform water into milk with powder milk. Okay? So I think this will be enough. Okay. And so I told you they were crying. Probably they were hungry. That's why. Anyway, what was it? Okay, now I wanted to show you how to cut them. So like I'm going to show you from the other camera. Look, I'm going to take my rolling pin, and you can use it as a ruler, right? For instance, these are like about 4 or 5 fingers. I'm going to go with my knife, and I'm going to cut them all the way through. And then other 4 fingers, I will do the same. Other 4 fingers, I'm going to cut it one more time. 4 fingers again. You can use a knife and the ruler, you can use a knife and the rolling pin as a ruler. So at the end, these are the stripes that we're cutting, guys. You see? Perfect. Okay, my water is boiling. Hopefully yours as well, because we are going to cook our sheets of dough. Before we cook them, okay, I need to tell you to do two things. First thing is prepare like a towel, like a small towel, where we are going to set our lasagna after they've been cooked, because we do not want to make them. We don't want to keep them too wet. And also prepare a bowl with cold water. And the thing is this, we are going to cook our lasagna into boiling water, but after 30 seconds, only 30 seconds, we are going to drop them into cold water, because we want to stop the cooking. Yeah, exactly. I saw Jorge that was like predicting what I was saying. Well done, Jorge. And yeah, we're gonna actually stop the cooking. Otherwise, these ones will be overcooked. And we are also going to cook them in the oven. And after everything, you will have like some lasagna sheets that are like overcooked, like too soft, right? Which is not nice. So we just want to cook them quickly for 30 seconds, and then we'll drop them here. I'm going to show you, because there's one more thing that you need to know. Even the way you drop your lasagna sheets in the water is super important. I don't want you to drop them like this. I want you to go inside, like. You can we can start cooking them like 2 at a time, but we go like directly from the top all the way straight like this. Like, look, from the top, okay, this is a bit too long. So I'm going to start from the top, and I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see better. I think it's clear, eh? But just to make even more clear, from the top, we just slide all of it inside slowly. And the reason is that if you go little by little, as I did, your lasagna sheets get water and just a little bit cooked outside, even for a little moment, and that would allow them not to stick to each other. If you drop them like this, they go inside maybe like together. Once they're together, you won't be able to open them again. So this is why you're gonna go like straight from the top, gently. We're going to wait like 30 seconds, as we said. Probably like 15 seconds are gone, or 20, so 10 more seconds. And after, I'm going to use this one, I think it's easier. After those 30 seconds, I'm going to take them out of here and drop this one in cold water, okay? And after the cold water, you take them out and you set them here for a little while on your towel, resting and losing their extra water, okay? I also need to bring this one to the kids for milk. So I'll see you in 10 seconds. Yes. Oh, they also want cold water, just in case it's too hot. Let's do this. Okay. We are going to do the same thing with the other layers, with the other sheets, okay, other two. I would do like 2 at a time, just to make sure that it's not too risky, like you don't add too many. All right, beautiful. Cold water here. How's it going? You're also cooking? Oh, I see that they're doing that, Randy and Adam. Lucille, how's it going in France?
I had no enough water, so it's not boiling now.
Okay, just you don't need too much water, eh? But yeah, you can wait a moment until the water is boiling, and then you can drop them in. Are you cooking just for yourself, Lucille? Yeah. And then I'm gonna take the last two. Here they are, it's little ones, and I'm gonna go inside. Oh, I forgot to check the sauce, guys. Eh? Hey, someone needs to remember me about the sauce. If I burn the sauce, my wife will kill me this time. I think it's okay. Okay. I'll take this one out. I can turn off the water because it's not going to be, I'm not going to cook anything else. And our lasagna sheets are ready to be used. So now, guys, we should have almost all the ingredients ready because we have our sheets of dough ready to be used. We have also our sauce that is almost ready. A final touch will be done in about a minute. And we can prepare the other two ingredients, which are, I hope you have them, mozzarella and Parmigiano Reggiano. Have you found, did you find, oh, I see some thumbs up. Did you find all of them? You too, Lucille, Andrea? So if you did, we can take our, I don't know how your mozzarella is. In Italy, when we buy mozzarella, it's I'm going to show you. It's a fresh mozzarella that comes in a little package like this, something like this. And in here you have a liquid, okay? So yours it's dry, Lindsay, right? Yeah, you see Lucille. Oh, that's Santa Lucia. Is that Santa Lucia, Lucille? No, maybe not. I saw that. No, I saw that a blue brand, so I thought it was an Italian brand. Okay, no, this is the best one, the ones with with liquid inside normally, because it's still super fresh, okay? just in case next time you have more options, go for the one with the liquid inside. It's a sort of like a, I don't know, it's not milk, but something similar, let's say. And then we can...
mozzarella, Pietro?
Sorry?
The regular milk.
Could you say it again?
Is that mozzarella di bufala or just regular milk?
No, not di bufala. This is like a normal mozzarella, not di bufala. If you want, you can... So mozzarella di bufala is something that is like super tasty, right? And for lasagne, it's not necessary, to be honest, to use mozzarella di bufala, okay? It's like a normal mozzarella is perfectly fine. What you do is like you take your mozzarella, okay, I'm just showing you with one little piece, and you can cut it into thin slices, okay? Make your slice thin. If you make them a little bit thicker, we can actually tear them in 2 pieces later. That would be okay. And if you're going to cook also your lasagne right after our event, this is a good time for turning on your oven, okay? I'm gonna do with mine here. I'm gonna check my sauce also.
Is it bake 350?
Okay, in Italy is 210. I'm not sure in the US how it is, but I would say medium high, if this makes sense, and no ventilation, okay, no fan. What you could do, I will explain about the cooking later, but for now you just go with the medium high. You can convert maybe to 200, 210 to American.
210 is 410.
Oh, thank you. And it's also the time that we do the last thing for the sauce, okay? Which is removing the lid. Oh, wow, this is incredible. Okay, we're removing the lid and we're gonna add another like half glass of milk, okay? A little bit of milk. We add a little bit of milk. This is always in the last 3 minutes, okay? We mix it well. And in a minute or two, our sauce will be ready. What you could do here more is tasting your sauce, which is my favorite part. And we say in Italy, correcting with salt. We always add salt at the end because depending on how it tastes, we can add a little bit more salt or less, but we always do this at the end. If we add salt at the beginning and then at the end it turns out to be like too salty, you don't have much to do. But at the end you can taste it, and if it's required, you can add a little bit more. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off and I'm gonna taste it, guys. It's a little bit hot. Oh, but it tastes delicious. Oh, remember? Huh? The gesture. Don't laugh at me, Harrison, eh? I see you. What are you doing, Harrison? Are you working also?
I am. Unfortunately, it's the middle of the day.
Oh, yeah, okay. What do you do for living, Harrison?
I do economic development consulting.
What do you do? Sorry,
economic development consulting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Perfect, guys. We turn off the sauce. We leave it there for a moment. We finish cutting maybe some more onion. Mozzarella.
Okay to drink more wine?
What?
Is it okay to drink more wine?
Of course. I mean, only if it's an Italian wine, Adam, eh?
It's an Italian one.
Okay, then it's okay. Montepulciano, you said?
Yes, Abruzzo.
Oh, yes. I'm gonna cut one more. And now we are about to add all the ingredients together. One of the most important thing now is that, and especially for my friends today joining from the US, I want to tell you something. I noticed that in the US, you tend to overdo things, like with the sauce especially. Sometimes when I was there, I've seen like pasta that you can hardly find because there was so much sauce that you couldn't see it. In Italy, like when we eat pasta, everything needs to be balanced, right? So you don't put too much sauce. You want to enjoy the sauce, but the pasta as well. Okay, you want a tasty sauce. You don't have to have a lot. If it's tasty, it's a little bit is enough. Same thing will happen here with our lasagna. The sauce that we have just prepared is super tasty, guys. So we do not need to add a lot of sauce each layer, right? We'll just add a little bit and it will be fine. So I'm going to show you here, layer after layer, what we are supposed to do. I'm going to take one
sauce is
spoon.
amazing. I don't know how everyone else tastes. But
Is it good? Okay.
so
Perfect.
good.
And you can actually use this sauce even for like some pasta. I mean, we're using it for lasagna, but this is like a good sort of like a simple, we call it ragu in Italian, which is like a sauce with, could be with meat in this case. It's a simple one, but it's like a super tasty. All right. So this is what we're going to do, guys, here. First thing is we're going to take a spoon and we are going to add in our tray some of the sauce. As we said, not much, just enough that would cover like a little bit the bottom of it. Okay. So you spread a little bit with a spoon. You go everywhere. And you make sure that you have a little bit of sauce everywhere. It doesn't mean that you have to have like a lot of sauce everywhere. Some parts will be with some more meat, others with less. That's okay. Don't worry. You just need a little bit of sauce and tomato everywhere. All right? Maybe I'll just add a little more. Okay. After this, the first layer will be only with sauce. We don't start with cheese, otherwise it would stick to the bottom. Okay? We start with sauce. And then we try to measure a little here with our sheet of layer, okay? And we cut them with a knife, more or less the right length. And we set them one here, you see? And the other one on the other side. Let's see if this is okay. Yep, seems to be perfect. If you have one part like here that is a bit too much, even with your hand or with a knife, you can kind of tear it apart. And even here, it's a little bit too long, so I'm going to take off some of this. Okay, so this is done. We have the first layer covered. And we do this again. We take more tomato sauce, and we are going to cover this layer again. As we said before, without adding too much sauce, guys? Just a little bit. Okay, try to go everywhere, at least with the sauce, even if you don't have much meat everywhere, but you have some tomatoes everywhere, that's fine. Perfect. At this point, we take our mozzarella, here we go, and we're gonna add it a little bit of everywhere. We can even break it in smaller pieces. If you made it like super thin, you can kind of like go everywhere. Otherwise, you can leave a little bit of space between one piece to the other, just making sure that once it melts, it kind of like goes and cover everything. Okay. A little more here. And the last one here. Okay, the mozzarella has gone. The next step would be adding our Parmigiano Reggiano, guys, okay? So, where's mine? Here is mine. I take, normally in Italy, we always have, like, not always, I have to say, but we often use a big piece of Parmigiano Reggiano. We don't buy something that is already grated, simply because this would last longer. So we have like a huge piece that we keep for weeks, that's fine. If you have something that is grated, maybe after like a few days, it's still tasting not that good. It starts tasting not that good. So if you have the chance, get a big one. And make sure that you're not buying something that says Parmesan cheese. The only one is Parmigiano Reggiano. You have to have the whole name written down. There is another one that is as good as Parmigiano Reggiano, Italian, which is Grana Padano. So basically Parmigiano Reggiano is from center of Italy, and Grana Padano is from the north. From where I am, we use more Grana Padano, okay? So we take one of these pieces and we start, let me show you. Wrong camera, okay, here. We start grating this cheese on the top of everything, you see? And our first full layer is done. Okay. Now we just repeat everything again. So we start with another layer of dough, which I'm approximately doing as big as this one here. We have someone joining now. I think that Ellen is like always here. We don't hear her, but anytime someone is, oh no, this time she's not. Juan, it's gonna be me letting her in. Hello, Juan. Benvenuto in Italy. Welcome in Italy. Hi there. Can you hear me? Hi, Juan. So we are about to finish our lasagna, to be honest, Juan. So you can just enjoy the final product. You basically missed most of it, but I'm glad you're here. And we also have Chef Ali just joining now. I don't know if she can hear us. So were you supposed to cook with us, Juan, or you just joined for a little while? Oh no, you need to unmute yourself, Juan.
I'm just curious and excited about the whole process.
Okay. So I will try to quickly, in a little while, repeat the process for you. It's not going to be the same, Juan, because there were a lot of things that if you were not here. But I know that we are recording the session, so I'm sure that soon they will put the session on the website and you can rewatch everything. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
But I will show you something, and if you have some questions, you're more than welcome. Look, we were about to start with another layer of lasagna. We're shaping our lasagna. We're assembling our lasagna layer after layer. So this one here again, we just start with another one, and we add our sauce that we have just prepared. One important thing, guys, is that the last layer is with sauce and cheese on the top, okay? We do not have the last layer as a sheet of dough, okay? Otherwise, it would burn. We always have to add tomato sauce and cheese as a last final layer. All right, beautiful. And again, more cheese here. We start with our mozzarella. How's it going in France, Lucille? Were you able to cook the water was boiling at the end?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Andrea, what about you?
Perfect. All good.
All good? Can you show us a little bit of your lasagna? Is that possible?
Of course. 1 second. Let me just.
Oh, no, take all the time you need, And do we have, let me ask, do we have anything else that is not on camera but is cooking apart from Andrea? Oh, look at there. Well done, Lindsay. Is this a challenge between you and your parents, Lindsay?
If only we could have a taste test.
What?
A taste test. Which one? We can't taste each other's from across the country.
Yeah, of course.
There you go. I'm a little behind, but it's.
Well done, Andrea. Beautiful.
Thanks.
Oh, I was about to tell you for the cooking, remember? So basically, we're going to cook this one here in the oven. Temperature, someone translated the 210 into
410 Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit, yes. And we're going to cook it for about like 25, 30 minutes, okay? The last 2-3 minutes, if you want to, you can switch to grill, and that will make the top of it a bit more crispy. You don't have to, this is just up to you. If you like them a little bit more crispy, you can switch your oven to grill and make the last, but when you do, keep an eye on it, because the grill normally tends to burn a little bit the top, so make sure that it's, you don't leave it for too long. Otherwise, it might burn, as we said. Okay. Oh, one thing that might happen, guys, that we made some sheet of dough, and we might have at the end too much dough, and we might end up having some leftovers, right? this is not a problem. We can use the dough for other things. Basically, this has been pre-cooked, so you can use it for other lasagne tomorrow if you want to, or simply you can take this piece of dough and kind of literally break it into smaller pieces, something like this, all right? In Italy, these are named maltagliati. Maltagliati literally means something that is badly cut. And, or even with a knife, you just cut them like quickly without even paying too much attention. So this is a kind of pasta that we use, and with leftovers is perfect. Remember that once you cook this one here, because it's already pre-cooked for like 30 seconds, so you probably need to cook it for another minute, maybe maximum 1.5 minutes, 2, depending on how thick it was, right? And then you can serve it like with the same sauce, with anything you want, actually, it's fine. So you don't have to throw anything away, but you can use it for something else. Or if you want, you can cut this one into super tiny pieces, and you can use it in what we call pastina. I don't know how to translate that. No, I think our Italian friend left. I don't. Yeah, but pastina is a sort of like is a soup made out of like broth and these little pasta. Something very, very simple that we love. So don't throw anything away, but try to use it. I'm going to show you one more layer, but basically you got it, right, guys? So layer after layer, you can use all your ingredients. Okay. So who's going to eat now? Someone is eating now or waiting maybe later? Randy? Adam? What about you guys? Are you going to eat now or you're... Oh, that's beautiful, Randy. Well done. Uh-huh. In terms of beauty, it's a big challenge. I don't know the taste, but between you and your daughter, I don't know who's going to win.
We're gonna eat very soon.
Perfect. And so remember about those tips. One more thing about when you eat it. So if you have the chance, I know that once it's out of the oven, you want to just start eating. But if you can wait a few minutes and leave the time to the ingredient to, let's say, to settle a little, that would be even better. You can even wait like 15, 20 minutes. You don't want to eat it like when it's super hot. Because when it's super hot, it won't actually stay together that well. But if you wait about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you can put like a, how do you say, like a lid on the top just to keep it warm. That would be perfect, okay? So don't eat it like just straight out of the oven, but wait a moment. Joanna, how are you there? You're taking notes? Hi there.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Yeah, I am.
Were you here since the beginning or?
Yeah, the thing is, I was driving when you started.
Oh, okay. Lupo, what are you doing here? We have a guest, guys. I don't know, he opened the door. Hi, Lupo. What are you doing here? So this is one of the terrible boys. You're not supposed to watch TV. I have a big screen in front of me with all of you guys, so he's not supposed to watch that. So I'm going to send you back to your mom, all right? Say hi. Ciao. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. Ciao. Say ciao. Ciao, ciao. Ah, you're laughing, eh? Okay, I'm gonna... Sorry, guys. I don't know how he came in. Cosa è successo? Come fate entrare? Cami, dove sei? Come fate entrare? Okay. Apparently...
Hey, guys. Just want to jump in here and say bye and actually hi because I didn't say anything yet. I was actually traveling all the time and with my dog at the vet. Just want to say thank you so much. I have to jump off now. I'm going for a beer. And yes, my name is Italian. Ma io non parlo italiano, ma mio nonno di Udine.
Oh, okay. Where are you, Matteo?
In Vienna, in Austria.
Oh, in Vienna, Austria. Okay, that's great. Well, thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed, even if you were not cooking and driving.
Thank you so much. I didn't know that I could even learn so much about making lasagna. I thought mine was good, and it is good actually. But now I think I'll make it better. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Ciao, Matteo.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Well, guys, to be honest, like this is all. Our lasagna are ready, and we just need to put them in the oven wait 30 minutes and they're done. So for those who have been cooking with me, thank you for doing this. I really hope that your lasagna turned out great. You can let me know. You can send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. I would love to know, or maybe a picture. I would love to know how they are. And if for the others who might be cooking in the future, please let me know. Even if you don't remember something, you're always welcome. Oh, that's beautiful, Lindsay. Well done. Maybe a little more Parmigiano Reggiano, Lindsay. A little more Parmigiano Reggiano on the top. Okay. And for the others, yeah, please let me know how if you ever going to cook. If you can find the video and watch it and learn how to make lasagna again, maybe starting from tomorrow, more than welcome. And if you do not understand something or you have questions, or I was telling the others that this is, maybe you join later. So this is my Instagram and Facebook account, I don't know if you can see it, the PastaPietro. The PastaPietro. So you will see some more tips, famous pasta, secret pasta. You will find a bit of everything. You can write me always for anything you need. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I really hope. Prego.
Thank you so much.
Grazie.
Jorge, yeah, maybe we can leave like a little time for Q&A if you have any. Actually, you were free to ask anything. So maybe you don't have any, but if you have, please.
I just have one question, quick question. How do we store the leftover pasta? In water? Or how do we store if we're gonna use it again?
Okay, so first of all, let's prepare it into, as we said, like whatever you want. If you want pastina, super tiny pieces, or maybe maltagliati, like a medium size like this. And you wanna let it dry a little, okay? So don't put it in the fridge when it's too sticky. Let it wait. I mean, this is cooked, so like let it wait a little, and then if you want, you can put it in the fridge for 1 or 2 days. That's okay. If you want to keep it for longer, you can just simply put it in the freezer. And in that case, you can keep it for weeks or months. The only thing, Randy, from the freezer, when you take them out, do not wait until it's unfrozen, but directly from the freezer to the boiling water. Okay, always. Yeah, because otherwise they might stick together if you let them unfreeze. But if you go directly in the boiling water, you should be fine.
When you put the lasagna in the oven, do you cover it with foil or you leave it out?
No covering. Yeah.
Thank you.
Andrea, you also had a question?
No. It was about how to store the pasta.
Oh, perfect. Yes, you can store it and like 1 or 2 days in the fridge, covered with a cling film or like a towel. That would be okay. And otherwise, in the freezer for longer.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, Andrea. Jorge?
Yeah, I just had a question because I joined a little late. So, but I took notes and everything. Is there a way I can get the list of ingredients?
Oh yeah, you should have received the list of ingredients. If you haven't, look, I'm gonna try. Let me ask if Ellen, are you still with us?
Hi everyone, yes I am. So you can find the list of ingredients on the event page. Actually, there's a special section.
On the event page. Okay, perfect.
And you can also see it later, so the page stays up.
Okay, I'll look up for it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'm from Mexico City, so cheers to everybody.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask. That's beautiful. Thank you for joining from Mexico, Jorge. So guys, I will send you like a huge hug to you all, to the ones who are just watching, to the ones who are cooking. It's been a pleasure to meet you all, guys. I'm also part now of your community in as more and word, so maybe we'll see you also there. Otherwise, social media, whatever. I really like. I'll send you like a huge hug to Irene, to Harrison, Lucille, Randy, and Adam, Suad, and your little boy who's not here anymore, but somewhere. Jorge in Mexico, Lindsay, and where's your other sister? Chelsea? No, was she Chelsea? She's not here anymore. Huh? And Juan and Andrea was super nice. Other friends that have never talked, but maybe next time. Eh? And Christina, I hope that you feel better. Let me check the chat. We have maybe some message. Oh no. Oh yes, we have. Next. Oh, that was Jorge. Oh, Enzo had to run. Okay. Oh, Pietro. Oh, thank you, Enzo. And Christina. You see, Christina saying prefers Grana Padano. Yes, Christina, there's Feeling better after this. Thank you, Christina. Yes, the sauce is sofrito, exactly, with meat and mozzarella. Of course, doesn't go in the sauce. You saw that, right? But later in the lasagna in the layer lasagna with Parmigiano Reggiano, or if you prefer, Grana Padano. Bravo, Randy. Thank you. Thank you, Randy. Okay, no. I hope to see you again, like maybe online or in Milan if you ever come. Again, guys, ciao, and thank you, Ellen, for organizing this and letting me meet all your friends. Pamela is okay. Someone is joining now. That's weird, but we'll see. Let's play a game. Eh? Hi, Pamela. Pamela, are you here? It's just a black screen. Maybe she can hear us, maybe not. Pamela, if you can hear me, we are actually, honestly, I was going to tell you that we're about to start, but we're not. We're about to end this session. So maybe we'll do this again next time, Pamela. You can even write if it's easier on a small word. I have a profile there, so I will receive messages there as well. Whatever you want. So, guys, I'm terrible in saying goodbye, so I don't know how to end this. I will just say ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, thank you.
Grazie mille.
Ciao, thank you.